Hey there, and welcome to Throw Up Thursday. I'm your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc.
Okay, Throw Up Thursday, take 2. We'll see if Olivia can get on this one. Otherwise, I didn't really have anything prepared to talk about. Okay, there's the wave. Now we're going to get the request coming up here. I didn't really prepare anything to talk about, but I can talk a little bit about potential spring fever right now, which is, should I call you because it won't let me request? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so Olivia's going to call and I will put her on speaker and we will do it that way because I don't really have a ton to talk about. Although the spring fever thing is real. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't get it. I don't
know why it's just like not even coming up as an option, but hey, we're rolling with it. It's
all right.
The call-in version of the show.
All right. Well, Olivia, calling in. Will you tell us? Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming back. I would love to see your face, though, Olivia. I love it when we do this together. Okay, give me a question. What do you got on the list
today? So actually, you were just talking about spring fever. I had a question about spring.
Okay, shoot.
I'm just saying how to prepare yourself for the spring fever.
Oh, God.
Tips.
That is such a great question. How to prepare for spring fever? Well, first thing is know that it's coming. For years and years, and you know this, Olivia, but not everybody does. For years and years, when I did group practice and private practice, I knew that April was coming and it was going to be hell. Every year, it took a handful of years to figure out a pattern that I was so wiped out in April, and I didn't even consciously know that I thought it was spring. And I started taking April off, taking a couple weeks off in April, and I still hadn't totally put it together. But now, hi Megan. So now I believe that April is the cruelest month, but the weather is weird here right now, and it's warming up in a big bad way, and it's a little early. April is usually when it happens full on, but it doesn't not start in March. But yes, Alyssa, we are animals. Don't forget, as evolved as you think you are, you're still an animal. And spring fever is real. So everything gets ramped up inside of us in a physical way. So what I would see is, people that suffered from anxiety got a surge of more anxiety in the springtime. People that suffered from some sort of depressive disorder would see other people out in less clothing, having fun, whatever, and feel more of what they were feeling, which was something of a bummer. And so now you add this layer of COVID onto it. I just think that we are just so raring for an energy release that I am expecting that spring fever this year is gonna be nuts. so that's, did I answer your question at all? How do you prepare?
There's a way so that we can take this time before April starts. We're starting to notice spring creeping in, how to prepare and treat ourselves with the best foundation. Going in for spring.
Well, and some of it is our usual, which is you validate the feelings that you're having before you problem solve. So if you know that you're running a little high on anxiety and then you're coming into spring, how about we try not to pathologize the crap out of ourselves and make it all of an emotional issue. It's probably not all emotional. Emotional might be the effects of this physical surge of spring. So take it easy on yourself. Definitely validate your feelings and probably up your cardio.
Yeah.
Cardio is really going to help. Walks It doesn't have to be running. It doesn't have to be anything nuts. It could just be a 20-minute sustained, very moderate walk, and that will help you, hydration, all the self-care stuff, eating right. If you tighten up your self-care stuff and add a couple extra walks during the week while validating your emotions, I think that you will smooth it out considerably.
Yeah.
And Allie says masturbation, just saying. Hey, that's always a yes. Yep. Yeah. Up the masturbation. It's an anxiety reliever, and it gives you all the good brain drugs.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
That answered your question.
Yes, it did.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. What's next?
Okay.
Plus, people can ask questions in the comments if you want, although I usually need Olivia to help me out with that one, but please.
So just do it just to mess with JJ.
Yeah, do.
If there's ever time to do it this week.
Yeah, I mean, this is going so smoothly already, so,
Okay, so I have a question from a friend.
Yep.
And so they asked how to help themselves get out of a habit of speaking to themselves in an unkind way.
Okay. Just catch it. Don't judge yourself for having done it. Mm-hmm. Did you see Sam's comment? I assume that "don't have to tell me twice" comment is about the masturbation.
I can't see any of the comments. I'm not even on the live.
Oh my God! Why? Wait, can't you even watch it?
Well, if I hear you on the live and on my phone, then I'll make my brain burst open.
Right. Okay. So, the question is, how do we undo negative self-talk? Mm-hmm. Catching it. Catch it and use it as a cue to shift your mind, turning the mind. That's a DBT skill. We turn the mind to something else. You know that your mind is going to be occupied on something, so occupy it on something productive and positive on purpose. These are the mindfulness skills. You're doing it on purpose. So, you catch yourself saying some detrimental, self-harmy self-talk. You simply notice it, and then have a line on deck, a mantra, an affirmation. Have something pre-prepared. The training wheels mantra that I give people is, I approve of myself. It doesn't have to be that. It can be your own words. Just make sure it isn't subtly negative, because then you're repeating that and it's still self-harming. So, let's say it's I approve of myself. So you catch yourself saying something, oh, that was stupid. Although that was stupid isn't even that self-harming. But I don't even want to repeat it because I don't like the way I feel even when I'm doing the quote. But usually it involves the word stupid, which is a very, very harmful word. So you catch yourself doing something like that, saying something like that to yourself. Everybody has patterned ones, so go find what they are. And then you're like, oh, I'm doing it. So then you use your mindfulness skills to notice, and then you insert the affirmation, the mantra. You don't spend time being like, fuck, I did it again. I'm so mad. Don't even bother with any of that shit. Just use the habit as a cue to insert the mantra instead. And you do that as many times as you need to, and that means a lot of times. For many days, you're going to do that over and over and over again. Allie suggests, I am enough. I'm doing enough. I would even pump that one up because that enough thing irritates me. I am awesome. I am perfect. Enough suggests that it sort of legitimizes the worry that we aren't. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So while that one's perfectly fine, I don't think the mantra is enough. So especially Allie, an advanced DBT student, you can pump that shit up, Allie. Mm-hmm. I'm a walking miracle. How about that one, Allie? We've discussed that before, too. Give me another one in the comments, damn it. I am enough. I'm doing enough. Come on, Allie.
This week.
I'm like doing a parallel process. I'm recreating the negative self-talk here. Yeah. So we catch it, we don't judge it, we insert a new mantra and a new habit.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Yeah.
You want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I'm happy that my friend is realizing it and wants to work on challenging that, because it's such like a thing that goes unnoticed for so long and seems normal, but it's really not.
Yeah.
And something that I did for myself when I was working on getting out of being really unkind to myself was to, like, you know, catch the way that I was speaking to myself and be like, I would never say that to somebody else. I would like never talk to anybody else that way.
Yes.
And so then instead of doing a mantra, which I think I could do a mantra and then also do this, is then rephrase what I had said as if I were talking to my best friend.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to cut you off just in case people can't hear what you're saying, because this is really, really good. So in case you didn't hear Olivia, and you know what? Tell me, by the way, if you can hear her or not, and I'll let her talk more. I just don't want to, you know, if it's silent, I don't want to. So Olivia is saying, and I totally agree with this. I've said this for a very, very long time. If you would not say it to somebody else, someone that you love, do not permit yourself to do it to you. If you know it's cruel enough not to ever say to your best friend, then discipline yourself to not say it to you, because actually you are your best friend. Your best friend is your second best friend. You are your best friend. So treat your best friend with compassion and love and kindness. Oh, Megan says we can hear it, so that's great.
Okay.
Great. So, Allie, I'm still waiting for your revised mantra, by the way. So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah.
And that's Olivia's answer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. What next
yourself. One? I've been watching a lot of Drag Race lately, so, you know, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else if you can't love yourself?
That's right. That is right. Yes. How are you going to love anybody else if you don't love yourself? And that is something people say all the time, but let's practice that, shall we? Yeah. Let's, like, put our money where our mouth is. People say that shit all the time.
Yeah.
That talk to themselves in very cruel ways. Knock it off, hypocrite. Quit being a friggin' hypocrite. People will not listen to you and take you seriously if they can feel some sort of misalignment within you. I think the reason I have been so good at this, meaning connecting with people and teaching people, is because every one of you motherfuckers knows that I do the things that I suggest you do.
Yeah.
So there's an alignment there that is so powerful and creates trust so quickly that your friends can feel that too. You don't have to be a shrink. We all give people we love advice. They're not gonna listen if they can, like, primally detect in your energy that you're full of shit.
Yeah.
So don't be full of shit. Be disciplined. I mean, I haven't done the negative self-talk for so many years that I don't even like to do a quote of people that I've helped, because I feel crummy.
Yeah.
I feel a bit of, like, sadness and like I'm harming myself, like I'm betraying myself, even though it's just a line. Like, it's not even my line. Oh, we got one from it. I am a walking miracle and I'm killing it. Now that's a motherfucking mantra, yo. All right, Allie, much better. That definitely is enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are always enough.
I'll also say on that is, like, since I've started to really, truly love myself in, like, a real, full way, it's deepened all of my other relationships and made them so much more, like, pure.
Yeah.
Because I don't need, you know, it's like, I'm my number one best friend. I'm my number one love.
Yes.
And so I don't, like, need anyone to, like, fill that hole for myself that I'm not filling.
Yes.
And so it gives them the freedom to be, like, their full own person. and be in my life, but I'm not like, do I look okay today? Like, what's going on? And it's so much calmer, and it's so lonely, and you're like, to make your own head a lonely place is so sad.
Yes. Oh my God. I could like see your face saying that, even though I can't see your face saying that. Oh, that is so beautifully put. Thank you for saying that. That's really lovely and loving.
Yeah.
All right, my dear.
It makes me feel teary. Okay. Another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is another one from a friend.
Wow.
So they said...
Everyone's talking behind your back, by the way, on the chat about how awesome you are.
Oh, I was like, are they all talking shit?
No!
Yeah, of course they're not.
No, of course they're not. What kind of negative self-talk demo is that? Worry
that was
thoughts.
a joke.
Worry thoughts are not fact. They're just worry thoughts.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So this question is from a friend. They say, my friend is dating somebody that I don't like.
Uh-huh.
How do I deal with that without betraying myself or feeling fake?
Don't hang out with that person.
With the partner or with the... Yeah.
Yeah, just see your friend alone. Done. I mean, I bet if that friend was on here, we could ask more follow-up questions about like where that line is. Do you want to hang out with both of them? Would you rather just hang out alone? But I'm going to stick with my answer because we don't have the details, and also because I think that people forget that is their number one option. Mm-hmm. You do not have to hang out with both of them.
Yeah.
You don't have to like the partner either. Particularly, I mean, like I would ask if I had this person live, I would ask how long they've been together. Do you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been together for a while.
What's a while?
Like 2 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that could cause a real problem at that point.
Yeah.
However, I bet this person did not hang out with them in the beginning, and they probably would like to do that now. And you can do that without being a dick, by the way. You can do it without being like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with that person. You could even say those words more compassionately, but you could just spin it like, you know what? I'd like some alone time between you and me. Can we do that?
Yeah.
And then just keep saying that until they confront you and they're like, hey, do you not like my partner? And you're like, no, I really don't. But, I respect your choices and I would rather just continue hanging out just us.
Yeah.
And if you want to discuss why I don't care for your partner, we can absolutely have that discussion, just not right now. Mm-hmm. And that is because they're already on the defensive now. If you just told them, if they just said, and they're probably going to try and spin it jokingly too, like, oh, what? Do you not like my partner? No, I don't.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, what the hell? But that's kind of bullshit and just like disingenuous because they knew. They already knew. And that's why they asked you like that, to try to get you to say you did like them, to like paint you into a anxiety corner where you wouldn't do the confrontation. Do not do that. That's a kind of a gaslighty, shitty thing that people do. That's like preemptively controlling and defensive. Do not lie if you are asked directly. And then when you answer truthfully, then you say, I'm happy to discuss this with you sometime, just not right now. Because they're going to have such a kick of anxiety from that now is not the time. They are too emotionally activated to have a wise mind discussion about that. Let me just see. Megan has a question. How do I manage anxiety around opening up my circle post-vaccine? It was grossly so much easier when the decision was made for me. Right. This is kind of funny because we specifically asked for questions in the comments, yet I resist Megan in particular asking me this question. Because I want you, Megan, to figure out what your values are on this instead of polling the universe to offload responsibility for this decision. And I'm saying that because I have a history with Megan and this externalizing. Yeah, right? She's laughing. But how do I manage my anxiety? Well, Megan, how do you manage your anxiety? 3 deep abdominal breaths, like I'm going to choke you out. You know these answers. I've known you for so long. You know these answers. Yes, what is easy to validate is that when the decision was made for you, it was somehow easier and you could just like piss and moan about it. It didn't have to be like you rejecting somebody. I think the worry is that people are going to like feel sad, feel mad, think they're being rejected, whatever. Well, too goddamn bad. Plus, Megan, you got a kid. You just use the kid as a reason not to. Yeah. It's not like your baby is going to be scarred by you being like, I can't, I got a baby. And why don't people already know you have a newborn and back off? I don't get it, but whatever with that. It doesn't relieve you of the responsibility of having to deliver the boundaries that people might negatively react to. Too goddamn bad. It's a form of saying no, and if people cannot respect your no, then that's their problem, not yours. And your problem is it is your responsibility to deliver your boundaries. No one can do that for you. No amount of data or collecting statistics or whatever. Don't overdo that, please. Check inside. Check with your gut, your values. Listen to your heart. Take a quiet moment by yourself and ask the question and see what comes. Everybody that knows Megan knows this answer already. So, and scene. Next question. One more.
One more. Okay.
Humor shaming. I'll
also say for that, when you're saying that, it just reminds me of like your book and of being a kid and of wanting those boundaries and having like the wanting to like rage against a wall of something.
Yes. Yeah.
And feeling safe in that boundary. And I'm dealing with the same thing with like the parents at the school, or the parents that I'm working with, and the school's reopening, and they're feeling the same level of like frustrated because now like, well, now we have to choose whether or not to put our kid in school, and I'd rather just not choose.
Yeah. And I want, a solid gold toilet. I don't know.
Exactly.
I really want
validate validate the frustration, and you got to make a choice.
Yeah, and how about we don't validate the frustration, because the frustration is the cover for the fear. I think what needs to be validated is the fear, because everybody's going victim on this shit, like that's our default, is to be like, oh, I can't, and like go ragdoll on it. Oh, wait, I can't choose. Oh, I'm so useless. I can't do it. No. Oh, I was doing I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's not worth explaining.
Oh, were you doing the puke guy?
Yeah, what?
Were you doing the throw up puking guy?
No, I was doing the unicorn that when you press the button, it collapses. So when you go victim like that, it's usually because you're afraid of something.
Yeah.
And you don't want to choose. You want to just get away from the thing that makes you afraid. Well, what do we do in DBT? We validate the fear, and then we go toward the thing that we're afraid of. Here's the thing, is that usually when I deliver that, I say, because most things in modern society will not kill us, so we know to go toward them. That is the wild card thing that COVID has changed.
Yeah.
Is we don't know if it's going to harm us or not. We don't know for sure. So even when we know for sure that it's not going to kill us, we still do the like ragdoll thing and don't want to choose. So this is infinitely harder. And that's the part I really can get behind with validation of Megan. This, and to have a newborn, the whole thing is super scary. And that is easy to validate.
Yeah.
So let's not go too far into frustration. Let's not go too far into like martyr victim.
Yeah.
Figure out what your values are, make that choice, and this, you know, the scarier thing is the confrontation. Just say no to people.
Yeah.
That's the safe one, is to just tell people no. And if you're afraid of their reaction, you got COVID to back you up.
Yeah, it's a perfect, time to use that excuse too. Yeah.
So
it's funny because when you were saying all that, it really reminded me of the beginning of COVID, how people were like ragdolling and feeling pissed off because they feel like their choices are being taken away.
Yeah.
And now
they only knew.
They feel like their choices are being taken away by given more choice.
Right. You can't win for losing, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's just like pissed off and scared. So get real.
Yeah.
Get real with your emotions, and then get real with what you believe your responsibility is in that situation. And I'm talking to everybody now, not just Megan. I am seeing this everywhere, that people are ragdolling and going possum on their responsibilities because they're harder now. And they are harder now. So, okay. I think that we did pretty well considering we couldn't get you in. We'll have to figure that out later, I guess. So, thank you all for joining us for Throw Up Thursday. I hope you do leave feeling a little bit lighter. Thank you, Megan, Allie, Grace, everybody that interacted with us today. And thanks for joining us. We will put this up on YouTube, and by we, I mean Olivia will be putting this up on my YouTube
and the
channel.
IGTV.
Oh, yeah, and IGTV, absolutely. So you can see the replay of this on YouTube or IGTV. Thanks for joining us, and
I'll see you next week.
Love to you all. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Get in touch with me, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc, at drjjkelly.com.